This lesson is all about eating for metabolism and hormone health and healthy fat loss. So you've probably noticed that your body is changing, but I like to think of it more as up-leveling. So what worked for your body in your 20s and 30s might no longer be effective. Your body is going through significant hormonal changes that require a different approach. So our focus inside this program is on eating in a way that supports your changing hormones rather than making it worse. And this nutrition approach is specifically designed, I have designed it for what women 35 plus need, and that's typically when these hormonal shifts start to happen. So in your late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond. And so you'll learn how to work with your body's natural rhythms, not against them. So some of the things that I'm always saying to my clients, and you will hear me say this a lot throughout the program, and I'm sharing them with you because these, I feel, underpin a really healthy philosophy when it comes to our nutrition. So something that's really close to my heart is nutrition doesn't need to be extreme in order to be effective. And also, I want you to know that weight loss after 40 is not about food restriction. It's all about blood sugar balance. And you will understand what I mean by that once you've gone through some of these lessons. So our focus should be to eat as close to nature as possible, which means more whole foods and less processed foods. Simple, sustainable, consistent changes create powerful results. Really, consistency is the most important thing. What we do most of the time is what's going to make the biggest difference. Food is information for your hormones and metabolism. And one of my favorites, you can't out-supplement or out-exercise a bad diet. It all has to start with the food that we put into our bodies. Something else that's really important to remember as you embark on some upgrades to your nutrition habits inside this program is one meal does not ruin your week. Okay, you can't break this. You can't do it wrong. This is not about perfection at all. One meal does not ruin your entire week. So you don't need to quit if you eat a piece of chocolate, right? Or a piece of cake. You will learn that my philosophy is a lot more gentle and sensible than that. And finally, when you nourish your body properly, it can thrive. So here's why typical nutrition and weight loss advice fails women 35 plus. So you've probably noticed that most nutrition and exercise advice, it's not targeted towards women in midlife. Okay, the research that is out there on so many of these dietary protocols completely ignores women, let alone women in midlife when hormones are changing. So the typical advice completely ignores changing estrogen levels and the decline of progesterone and the impact that that has on our metabolism, our brain and our nervous system, on our muscle mass, our bone density, and really key to weight loss, on our insulin and glucose regulation. And we'll dive more into that in an upcoming lesson. Also, the fact is that the majority of gyms have exercise plans and nutrition advice based on what works for men. Because as I said, that sadly is where most of the research is to this day. It is changing, but at the moment, really it's all kind of geared towards men and men in their 20s. And they're very different to us ladies 35 plus. Because women are not just small men. Okay, we need a unique approach for us. And that's what this program will give you. So everything we're doing in this program is long-term focused. We are healing the metabolism with nutrition. So as I've said, we need to work with our changing hormones. We need to stop fighting against them, okay? So when it comes to weight loss and healthy weight maintenance in your 40s and beyond, The focus needs to be on metabolic health. So the approach that I've developed in this program does exactly that. You are going to be nourishing your body with the nutrients that it needs. So there's a balance of macros, and you'll learn all about those, protein, carbs, and healthy fats that support your hormones and allow fat loss. So you'll find that you naturally start to burn fat stores between your meals, and this all happens because we're eating in a way that's going to stop those blood sugar spikes, which keeps our insulin in check. And that means your metabolism becomes flexible and adaptive. And we'll talk more about those terms so you understand them. So we're also working through this program to calm stress, reduce inflammation, and minimize symptoms of hormone imbalance. So the reset is my unique approach to perimenopausal and menopausal nutrition, and it works via 3 key pillars. So the first is quality nutrition. Makes sense, right? So we are nourishing your body to promote a healthy metabolism. So you're going to be eating nutrient-dense whole foods. All of the recipes contain those foods. There are no refined sugars, okay? Because that is the worst thing for our metabolism, for our insulin, our blood glucose, our hormones, and our belly. And there's also no highly processed foods. This is all real foods that you could go and buy at a farm, but you can buy them at the supermarket as well, don't worry. The second key pillar is macros for women's metabolic health. So we are eating to support fat loss and hormone balance. They go hand in hand. So you'll be eating balanced macronutrients. So there will be certain portions of quality protein. You will have the right amount of healthy fats, and you will be eating a particular type of carbohydrate, which are low glycemic index or low glycemic load. Don't worry about those terms. I'll teach you what you need to know, but we've also worked it all out for you with the recipes and the meal plans. And the third pillar is strategic meal timing. So this is going to ensure that you stay satisfied and energized throughout the day. So you will be eating breakfast within an hour of waking. You will be eating lunch, and you will be eating dinner. And there will be no snacking in between those meals. But you don't need to worry about being hungry because they are full, satisfying, filling portions at each meal. This is not about feeling hungry and deprived. It's about giving our body what it needs to thrive. I rhymed then, and I didn't even plan that. How good is that? So in the following lessons, I will share a series of guiding principles for how to eat for sustainable weight loss and balanced hormones. I'll also give you a printout with all of the guidelines written on there, as well as the foods that you can enjoy every day. It's a great one to stick up on the fridge. So as you start a program like this, you might feel that there's lots of rules to start with, right? And nobody likes rules. We all have an inner rebel inside of us. But here is what I know to be true. They feel like rules until they become habits. So yes, you're going to need to think about these a lot at the beginning. That's why I've given you a printout for the fridge. But they will soon become your habits. They will soon become just how you eat. Soon, this will be your new normal. This is how I eat every day. I don't need to worry about dieting because I'm giving my body what it needs to stay metabolically flexible, even though I'm in my mid-40s and yeah, perimenopause is happening for me too. So trust me, this works.